Oh, hey, viewer. Come with me. I was actually looking at buying some games. I still have a PlayStation 2. Damn it. And I still play World of Warcraft. So come on with me. Let's go buy some games. Oh, what do I like? Well, you know, I really like The Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2? Ew, that was a really stupid game, and the tropes are really dumb, and everything was dumb about it, and it was just a stupid game.
Okay. I have some really good memories. Like, I loved Final Fantasy VI. Like, I really thought that one was a really...
Final Fantasy VII was a lot better than Final Fantasy VI. No matter what, it was the superior game they've made.
I liked 7's remakes.
Oh, you would like the remakes. The remakes are the worst thing that they've ever made, ever. Remakes are awful. Who made remakes? Who remakes things? You remake because it was not good. But if it's good the first time, you don't remake. You suck. I hate you. Shut the Shut up!
Like a lot of kids out there, almost every kid that I can ever think of on the planet Earth, gaming was my passion growing up. And to me, like some kids love baseball, some kids love football. My baseball was Final Fantasy VI and discovering the love I had with that with my brother. Or Conker's Bad Fur Day, finding out with my dad that, no, I will not be playing that game until I'm 13 or 14 years old. Great times. Awesome times. Not all the games I played were necessarily great ones. Alpha Protocol. But just because a game isn't good to some people doesn't mean it's not good to other people. And I think that is the biggest problem we have nowadays is the mob mentality. We hear about a game, and because we hear about it, we don't form our own opinion. We form the opinion of somebody else that didn't like it, where we take somebody else's 5-second look at a trailer that they didn't like. And granted, this mob mentality can be used for good things. I mean, look at what happened to Fallout 76. We fixed Fallout 76. Mass Effect 3's ending, I mean, even though it was literally some cutscenes that Casey Hudson and the team threw together at the last minute. Q. And even games like Star Wars Battlefront, where we got them to take away the microtransactions, which, last minute, you son of a bitch. While it can be a good thing, it also can ruin games for us, and it can ruin the medias that we enjoy. Like, for example, myself. I wouldn't have even tried Final Fantasy VII Remake if I would have listened to all of the people around me that were like, oh, they took out turn-based combat. This game is going to be the worst. This game is not going to be good because it doesn't have the true nostalgic feel of the game I've played. Shut up. Shut up. Let people enjoy things. Because you don't have to like them doesn't mean other people can't like them. Hear me out. Hear me, guys. Ready? Ready? I'm going to add a rule. This is the rule for this channel right now. Right now. I'm adding it. It's for you guys at home, okay? Some games can be fun for some people and not others. The more you know. But that's okay. I'm not angry about it. I'm just telling you. Except Alpha Protocol, man. I feel like I've gotten away from the point of the channel that I tried to make this in the beginning, and it was me sharing my love for gaming with you guys. And I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna come back on that because I think there's a lot more that I can do with gaming that other people haven't done yet. Insert every single generic video game YouTube channel next to me. We're gonna start going optimistic. We're gonna start looking at my 5 reasons to play games coming out. They might not be your 5 reasons, and who cares? That's okay. That's fine. That is okay. I can have reasons, you can have reasons, and we can both be right. And I'm gonna give you guys a reason to try those video games if you haven't played them before. So games like Last of Us 2, Paper Mario Origami King, other really good games that, in my opinion, you missed out on because you probably heard some bad stuff. If you guys wanted to see some games that normally wouldn't get a chance to see some light on, because maybe every reviewer that's ever put anything out for it has just been god-awful, don't worry, I'm here to tell you that there's hope. I'm not gonna say anything nice about Mass Effect Andromeda though. I hope if you're here for that, you can go now. Positivity pun. I hope I put a rainbow behind that. Seeing as we're kicking off the series the only way I know how, by starting off with a really long intro and then finally getting into the content, we're gonna talk about a game that just went into early access that I'm really excited for, and I have already put many hours into and have restarted the game many times because I've made many bad decisions. If you guys haven't noticed, Larian Studios, awesome developer of Divinity Original Sin 2, Divinity Original Sin, and some other stuff I can't name right now, they just put out in early access I know. Shut up. I know you're gonna say, "Oh my God, it's not full access." Billy, why are you reviewing it? Listen, I'm gonna do an actual dedicated 5 reasons video to go back and actually dig into everything about this game. But I really like this game. I've heard a lot of people that have told me so far they didn't want to play it because it's in early access. It may have bugs. It's not worth the price. A multitude of things. The game is only its first act so far, so you can't play act 2 or 3. For an early access game, and for Larian Studios, which if you haven't played Divinity Original Sin 2, find some friends, or if you don't have any friends, play it by yourself. The game is fantastic. If you are a true role-playing fan, you will love this game. It is literally D&D as a game. And I don't even mean that as like a comparison. It's literally D&D. Like, they use the rules for D&D and all of the assets for D&D. So, I've played 20 hours into this game so far. And in that 20 hours, in just the first act of this game, I have had more fun than I've had in a lot of games this full game release. Even in early access, playing the first act, there's so much content packed into it, and there's so much fun to be said about just that part that I think it's worth a review. Alright, so to start this new series, to start, I know I'm like probably 8, 9, 10 something minutes in, and now I'm saying to start. Let's catchphrase it up, man. Hell yeah. What, Billy? What do we got for our catchphrase? Ready for my catchphrase? Let's eat shit. All right, let's not. Okay, nope. Moving on. Never mind. We're gonna work on a catchphrase while we talk about the reasons that you should play these video games. Reason number 1: the story. The game takes place in the land of Faerun, where your player and a ton of others are abducted by angry hentai enthusiasts known as the Mind Flayers. Throughout the game's first act, you are figuring out a way to save yourself from a fate worse than death. And this is where the game shines. You can be an upstanding hero that does all the great things, like saving kittens from trees and helping your grandma and, making sure all that town just gets saved, being a good guy. Or you can sell your soul to a demon right off the bat. Whatever you want to do. Literally, I'm being dead serious. You can literally sell your soul to a demon. But choice is always brought up in RPGs, and that's the thing I feel like, as somebody who's worked at a game store before, all you ever hear is, this brand new RPG's coming out. Wow, it has choice. It has choice. You go through because you're a psychopath and choose all the choices, reload your saves 300 times to see what the other outcomes are, and it usually goes to the same event with barely any difference. And that's the thing that's really cool about this game, is the choices you make actually choose and differ the paths you're going to take. For example, that can decide the allies you have, the enemies you have, the romances you have. Literally anyone you meet is affected by the choices you make. And that's not something I like to say about a lot of games, because a lot of games don't actually offer that. And Larian has found a really good way to add that experience. Side with the goblins, a small group of pissed off tieflings might not be your friend. You get really close to one very fine, beautiful Githyanki lady, your half-elf partner might be pissed off. Literally anybody you meet, you can change their story by just interacting with them. And that's the thing that really shines about these games. I know they're actually, licensed by Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons & Dragons and everything, but it's really interesting to actually see that Dungeons & Dragons feel come to life in a video game. You can see Larian Studios' dedication to the actual lore of the game, and like for example, with the Githyanki, the pact they form with their mounts based on what happens when they become a Githyanki, or the arcanic background of different druid circles, or different mages, or different worshippers, or different gods you see. Further you get in these quests, the further they dive into the lore, and it's fantastic, and it's really dedicated, and I like that. Reason number 2. All right, let's gonna go to the lineup. Who do we got here? Garrus. Ooh, hell yeah. Anders. Oh, fuck yeah, man. Oh, kinda. All right. I'm glad you boys are here. Garrus, Anders, get the fuck out. I'm just playing. Garrus, you can come back. Anders, you can get the fuck out of here, you little terrorist son of a bitch. The companions. They're weird, they're flawed, murderous, backstabbing, they'll lie to you, they'll beat you up, honestly. And I love every goddamn second of that. Meeting these folk in their different circumstances with their unique, mostly shitty right off the bat attitudes with you, make the game feel like you're living life. Like, it doesn't feel like you're just, You run into somebody in the forest and they're like, oh, I'll be your friend. Like, that's fine. I trust you 100% with my life. No, like, you meet them, and when you meet them, you get their prejudices, you get their anger, you get their hostility, you get their distrust, you get everything with that, and then you earn the friendship, you earn the romances, you earn the companionship with these people. Like, their personalized stories really highlight how well the role-playing is done in this game, and that's what this game should be about, is role-playing. If I could put this at my number one reason, and I'm not ranking these by any means, but, like, one big reason I say play this game is just the fun of the family and friends you can make, and to find out how much they fucking hate you when you make a decision that's not up to their approval, and how they blue-balled me at the end of the game when they all told me they didn't want to be my friend, except the vampire that wanted to bang me, and I didn't want to bang. And yeah, it was a great time. I reloaded this fucking save like 30 times, so enjoy the companions. You love them and you hate them. Reason 3, if you love D&D and you're familiar with D&D, then you will know the combat system. I think Larian Studios has done a really good job translating this combat system for new players and old players, for people that haven't played D&D before to people that have played D&D for years. You can go from super complicated combos to chaining your spells and figuring out the right ones that work for you, to just beat Gobbo with stick action. It's that easy, and it doesn't really take like the hardest of minds to figure out how this combat works. And I think that's a strength too, because it makes it easier for newcomers to join the game, and that's something that I like, because I have people that have never played D&D before and love to jump into this atmosphere, and this is a really good gateway, in my opinion, to jump into it. The other thing that I think is really cool, and that they implemented really well, they did it even with Divinity Original Sin 2, but I really like it in this game as well. Even your non-combat actions can work to take enemies out in the game. All the structures around you, you know, even shoving an enemy, like any of those things can work really well in combat. Like, for example, I got in a boss fight where I was like, man, I just made friends with these awesome spiders in this pit down there. I shoved every goddamn enemy on this map into this spider pit to die. I hate you, Gobbos. Except Lazel. Lazel, I love you. I love you, girl. Even though you hate me, I love you. I think you're fantastic. You can kill people by, like, knocking a statue over on them. Like, it is the easiest, funnest, most creative way. And that's, again, it highlights the aspects of Dungeons & Dragons perfectly. Reason 4, dialogue. While it is early access and the motion still needs some ironing out, the voice acting is top notch, and it's really cool to see these characters come to life. But not only that, when you're having conversations with these people and you're talking to these people, it's really interesting to make these choices that they offer you as a character, and then see these characters, like, react not only visibly, like in fighting or something like that, but audibly. You can hear when people are upset. You can feel the change in the audio, just being angry about the decisions you made without having to just say, I'm angry about it. It doesn't just seem like they're phoning the lines in. Like, when you talk to a goblin, or you talk to a drow, or you talk to somebody from a druid circle, you can hear their dialect and understand, like, where they've came from, or get an idea of their background. And I think that's so neat. That's so awesome to be able to, like get that from not only just, like, important story characters, but all characters. Everybody has a conversation. You can talk to anybody. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to do, but I give Larian Studios kudos, because that is a really fantastic feature, and I think that a lot of studios just kind of add NPCs into the game, pad the game out, but when you give an NPC, like all NPCs, some kind of story or some kind of dialogue, it makes your world feel alive. Full. Alright, reason 5. I am gonna save reason 5 for my own personal choice that I think makes this game a little better than normal. Right now, if you really want to play the game and you don't want anything spoiled for you, I will avoid as many spoilers as possible in the next reasoning, but I do want to say that I am going to dive just a little bit into one of the quests and give you a little bit of an idea of something that you would really enjoy if you like games like this. Again, I'm going to put light spoilers right here again. If you want to skip it, that's fine. Everyone gone? Awesome. Will's personal quest. I think that Will's personal quest is one of my favorite reasons for people to play this game. I'm somebody that loves DC Comics. I'm somebody that loves Marvel Comics. I'm somebody that just loves comics in general. When you meet Will for the first time, he's literally this one-eyed knight that's like training these kids to be better and like how to fight. When you meet him, you get the sense of he's a hero and he plays himself off like he's a hero. Until you recruit him and go into the first conversation with goblins. And he just changes dramatically. Will, we're rolling upon a goblin clan of nice goblins that are stuck in the forest and hurt. How should we deal with them? If you think for one goddamn second that I'm gonna do anything but be their friend, I'm gonna fucking murder every goddamn goblin I've ever seen. I'm gonna kill you, goblins. I'm gonna kill you. Will, they're gonna kill. There's like 95 of them. Why would you say... Will, God, there's like 3 brutes back there. Will, apologize, please. All right, traveler. I will apologize. Hey, goblins. Yeah. Fuck you! The story really changes a lot when you get to Spike the Goblin. You'll really meet the real side of Will, and then everything changes, and it is probably one of the biggest changes that I've seen that I've really liked to that kind of like stereotype of character. If you guys have any reasons why you guys love Baldur's Gate, please leave it in the comments. I'm looking for positivity, man. My new series and the new reason I'm doing this is because I really enjoy games, and I think you guys should too. If you guys like the game, or if you want me to do a 5 reasons on a game you think somebody would really like, leave it in the comments, and I will play it. I'll play it, and I'll tell everybody why I think it's something you should play. Because also, I always just love game recommendations. So please leave something in the comments for me, and I'll play the hell out of it. But other than that, guys, stay this awesome, and also, Cyberpunk, if you want to sponsor me, please sponsor me. That's fantastic. I wouldn't be upset with you. That would be really cool. I love you. I love you, baby.